Hello, I'm Teresha Young, relationship master coach, and welcome to Real-ationship Talk. Is clinginess impacting negatively on your relationship? Perhaps you are constantly bombarding your partner with messages throughout the day or even calls. You might even have a little bit of jealousy in terms of what they're doing in their life, and perhaps even feeling a little bit unfulfilled in your own life. Well, that is today's question, where I have been asked, am I being too clingy to my partner? I was having a conversation with a friend recently who said that I am being too clingy to my boyfriend because of some of the things I do, such as messaging or calling him throughout the day, even if he's at work, checking his social media posts and the comments made. And if it's from a woman, I question him on who she is, how he knows her, etc. I can get jealous if he's out and about and another woman looks at him, or getting upset, or even stopping him from socializing with his friends, or throwing a strop if he wants to go out. It's hard to explain because also if I see he's happy or being successful or leveling up in some area of his life, I seem to do something to steal his joy. I love him so much, and I don't want any clinginess to create a distance between us and push him away. I need help figuring out what's going on. Well, firstly, I want to witness your vulnerability for sharing all of that and for wanting to explore this. Because many people do wonder if they are too clingy in a relationship or if the issue actually lies with their partner, because that could be the case. But let's be real here. It doesn't help you to be checking the content on your partner's posts. Sometimes we can all do that. Now we have a little bit of a browse, now what's going on in their life. But to be doing it when you are keeping track of your partner, for example, or doing it to really scrutinize their every move and the comments, what's being said, that does not make for a healthy relationship. You've spoken about also communicating with your partner throughout the day, and that perhaps you will message him. Now, to be fair, for a lot of relationships, it's nice to have that touch point throughout the day, isn't it? Just checking on the partner, find out how they're doing. But it's the constant messaging and calling, especially if they are at work and busy. That's a distraction, and they could get in trouble for that from the manager as well if they are that type of being employed, or even if they have their own business. Sometimes it's not healthy to have the constant messaging and the constant calling, because what it can demonstrate is an insecure attachment style, which again is not going to nourish the relationship, because what it's going to do is maybe put a little bit of pressure either on them. And that's not to say that they don't want to hear from you, but equally having some personal space in a relationship is super healthy. You touched upon jealousy. Now, let's acknowledge we can all get a little bit of the green-eyed monster when it comes to our relationships, so it can exist, and it's important to get to the root cause of what could be causing the jealousy. Much of what I'm hearing here could be a case that you have some unmet needs that needs to be discussed with your partner, and I've actually done a video on expressing your wants and needs, which delves more deeply into that area, because there could be some trust issues and also a communication piece to be explored there. So I would encourage you to check that video out. It will be somewhere down in the video content of this page. One thing I would like you to consider is maybe it's a case that you are feeling unfulfilled in your own life. Do you have a sense of purpose? Because quite often we can look to external factors to be our source of happiness. We can look to our partner, we can look to other people, we can look to situations in order to make us happy. But here's the deal. True happiness actually starts from within. It starts for you to have that personal fulfillment and create that sense of purpose for yourself. It all starts with you. So when you are able to create and really tap in to your true sense of happiness, which comes to yourself, you may discover that that could be the cause of your clinginess, not having that greater sense of self purpose and fulfillment. So, taking no more than 2 minutes, I would like you to take a look at these key areas of your life, because you may be thinking, oh my gosh, where do I even start? How do I begin to understand how I can be more fulfilled? How I can have a greater sense of purpose? Well, let's chunk it down. Let's have a look at some of the key areas that you can start focusing on. So, when you have a look at these key areas, I would like you to give yourself a score from 1 to 10. So it's a scale from 1 to 10 on how content you currently are in relation to each area. Where 1 is where you are as dissatisfied as you can be, and 10 is ultimate happiness. Now, here are the areas for you to explore. You've got career, business, finance, money, health, family and friends, love and romance, personal growth. That's also your self-development there. Fun and leisure. So what are you doing to bring some enjoyment into your life? Even me time. What are you doing to fulfill yourself and to have that sense of fun and enjoyment? And we've got contribution. And that is where you are perhaps volunteering or giving back to the community, or just in some way, shape or form. It's just doing something outside of yourself too. Now, be completely truthful with how you score yourself. And when you have scored yourself in all of those areas, it's going to show you where you can make improvements. So then you'll be able to set some goals in order to bring up the level of contentment and the level of fulfillment in those areas. Now, when you are able to do that, you are able to make steady progress to where you want to be. And here are 4 great steps in order for you to start connecting with improving in those areas. Firstly, we must acknowledge what we are grateful for in each area of our life, because gratitude is such a magnetic force that can draw more of what you want in your life. So state, what am I grateful for in this area of my life? So for example, if it's health, what are you grateful for in that area of your life, and why? The second step is to say, who am I now? Why do you want to change? And put today's date. The third step is to ask yourself, who do I have to become? Because the person you are now may not be the person, and quite often is not the person that you need to become in order to fulfill that goal. And state that in the present tense. So that could be a mindset piece, it could be an emotional piece, it could be something you need to do physically or spiritually. Who do I have to become? And the fourth step is to ask yourself, or to give yourself, at least 3 to 5 ways I achieve my goal, intention and desire. And also state that in the present tense. And what I mean by the present tense is to say, I go to the gym, say if it's health, I go to the gym 3 days a week. So make it a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, achievable, stroke attainable, realistic, and also time bound. So make it a SMART goal. So I go to the gym at least or 3 times a week. So make it very specific and making sure that it's also realistic. It's something that you can do. Now, when you are able to start working on each area, and you may decide to work on some of the lower areas first, maybe do 1 or 2 to start on. Some progress is better than no progress. So do it gently and don't beat yourself up over the process. The key thing is that you have taken some self-responsibility and you are willing to step into your empowerment by doing things that are going to bring you a greater sense of purpose and some personal fulfillment. You can just feel so much more purposeful and feel like there's so much more that you can do with your life when you are being content. It does start with you. When you are able to nurture the relationship you have with yourself, and this is what I encourage my clients to do, and I work very deeply with my clients on, it then spills into relationships that they have with other people, particularly their romantic relationship. Now, if you would love to discover more about how you can receive your heart desires when it comes to romance and love, then I invite you to download my free e-guide, which is 5 dating and relationship green flags for healthy love. And there'll be a link in the description section or comment section of this video so that you can access that and start implementing some of those techniques as well into your life. I hope that has been helpful for you. And until the next video, everybody, you do take great care of yourself and other people too.